place down on the field. I'll let you watch that. Who's going to be our deep snapper for punts and field goals, because it has been Phoenix, it has been Brady. So it depends on who's doing what. So we'll see how that washes out. So more than just one or two pieces to have to move around and fill in for lots of things, including your kick coverage, your kick return, your punting, your punt returns, just a lot of pieces that have to be integrated in and changed around the night. The senior captains on the field for the Highlanders, you got Cole Tucker, number 65, Cannon Van Hook, number 14, and number 55, Zane Henry.
Phoenix Norris on crutches.
Phoenix Norris on crutches. Yep, didn't see the uniform, but there Phoenix is. Also, he is a senior for the Highlanders. Highlanders head coach by Josh Terry. Josh is in his 4th year as the Highlander head coach. He's assisted by, well, first of all, Josh is his own offensive coordinator, assisted by defensive coordinator Bradley Stevens, and then the other coaches will be Keith Shannon and John Fletcher. Coach Terry and Coach Fletcher, they will signal the plays into the Highlander offense from the sideline, and Coach Stevens will do that for his defensive alignment. So that's getting you set up as far as our starting lineups. We do know that the quarterback starting for Gatlinburg Pittman tonight is number 6. That is Brady Hammonds.
And a good young quarterback. He can run the ball well, and he slings it really well.
A sophomore, as a matter of fact, so we can tell you those things there. That's sort of how we stand now. You can follow Highlander Sports on the ihsports.net.
Highlanders.
Independent Herald Sports Network. And go ahead.
Our Scott Highlanders are putting the ball on the tee, kicking off to start this ball game.
So it's Hugo Henry. Henry will be kicking off. And GP has 2 returners back deep. Only thing with moving the camera guy up here, guys, is now he's in.
Well, it's we've got number 2, which is Carlos Orr, and I can't see the other number.
Okay. It is Hugo Henry to kick off. Highlanders moving from left to right as you look at your television screen or your radio dial if this game is being picked up tonight at WBNT.
I believe Brady Hammonds is the far deep guy.
Henry's kick, this will be high. It sails down the middle, fill it at the 9-yard line. Looking for running room up the right side, cuts outside.
Out.
Has a defender to beat, that'll be Henry. Up the right side, gets by Henry. Racing into the 20, the 10, and the end zone there. That return will be by Houston Bird.
Flag at
number 5.
No, wait a minute. I'm sorry. That's not a flag. That's part of the center paint job there.
So the opening kickoff to Gatlinburg Pittman, and they return it roughly 91 yards.
Well, 11:47, and already GP has their kicker on the field for a point after attempt. He's 25. Carlton Giesling, okay.
And
movement.
Yep. I really think the offensive line moved
I believe it was the
since
guard.
they didn't snap the ball. That is a procedural penalty against Gatlinburg Pittman. So they'll line up from 5 back and try their extra point kick again.
Extra point attempt by Carlton Giesling.
Now he's into a 25-yard point after attempt.
The placement, this kick up, and
he got it.
Plenty of leg driving it through there. It is a 7-0 lead. Gatlinburg Pittman on top of our Highlanders with 13 seconds gone in this game. Only difference, this was a 91-yard kickoff return.
Special.
They covered 13 seconds, but last week Fulton just had a 79-yard kickoff return, and it took them 12 seconds.
Special teams have really been sort of snake bit for our Scott Highlanders this year, whether it's been on punts being blocked, giving up some big gains or touchdowns on kickoffs and punts.
Now it will be the Highlanders' turn to have their first offensive possession of the game. GP will line it up. That will be Giesling to kick off. The Highlanders have Ryland Griffith standing back at his 5-yard line, and we know that Giesling has plenty of leg. Woody watched him earlier in warm-ups, and he had no trouble kicking to the end zone.
Oh, he's a big-time kicker.
And I believe he's also their punter, too. So
And he's pretty good at that.
Highlanders have 2 upbacks in front of Ryan. The kick.
That's
It's
going to be
high,
in the end zone.
and it's going to be fielded. Yes. Rylan Griffith fielded it at the goal line. His momentum carried him backward into the end zone. So on the touchback, the Highlanders will take over at their 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
That is a really big deal in high school football to have a kicker that can create those touchbacks.
1st and 10 for the Highlanders.
1st and 10, Scott High.
I think he's wearing a different number, Woody. The Highlanders have 2 receivers right, 2 receivers to the left. Faking the run, the pass over the middle is complete. That's the Van Hook taken down at the 35-yard line. It's a First National Bank first down for our Scott Highlanders as we pick up the first down. Luke Bowling tonight wearing number 5.
Yeah, that was his original number, if I remember, and that could be just his white number.
Woody asked me earlier who that was, and I said, I don't know who you're talking about, but
well, it's on. It happened to be on the roster I'm looking at, by the way,
well,
number
good.
5.
It must be on my roster because that's the one I gave it to. Yes, it is. The snap. Luke wants to throw the ball again on an out pattern.
Oh.
It's too tall, batted around. Did the defender make the interception?
He did. Yeah.
Little too tall for our receiver. Might have touched him on the hand, but then picked off by Bird for Gatlinburg Pittman.
Yeah, he actually tapped it back and forth in his hands, and it fell pretty much in the GP defender's hands.
So Gatlinburg Pittman with that good positive starting field position from the Highlander 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Hammonds comes from the sideline carrying the play in from Coach Brad Wagner. The team in the huddle, they get a late offensive player on the field. As they do, they'll go trips right, 2 receivers to the left. That's an empty backfield. Now in motion through the backfield. The wide out. Hammond throws the ball out real quick. The Highlanders had him pinned in, and now he reverses field going the other way. Has 5 yards and 10 yards and finally pulled down at about the 36-yard line. That was a great defensive call and almost a great defensive play by the Highlanders, except we could not contain on the backside.
It was tough. We were able to get Cannon Van Hook came close over there. Will Russ, and I believe,
I said a first down. It is not a first down. It's just a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. This time the 3 wides come to the wide field side toward us and the Highlander bench. Now in motion through the backfield. Hammonds looks again. Swing pass comes outside. Has opening inside the 30, the 25, missing in the ankle tackle and still driving up the sideline before one of the Highlanders gets over and knocks him out of bounds. This one will be a first down for Gatlinburg Pittman. The Highlanders each have found themselves in position to make a couple of tackles on these 2 plays, but just would A, miss a tackle or not, or B, not contain.
Yeah, he got a good outside line. One guy kind of took and a tackle attempt, Rick, is almost a whiff. We won't mention any names, but not a good form tackle.
1st and 10 from the Highlander 19-yard line for Gatlinburg Pittman. They'll send it back in motion through the backfield. They swing it out to him out of the backfield.
Good play there.
The ball is knocked loose. It's a fumble.
Come on,
he had the ball. No, the referee ruled that one out. I'm pretty sure that the Gatlinburg receiver or had possession of the ball. Then it got knocked away from him on that bone-jarring tackle. Was that Van Hook on the tackle?
Yeah, well, he picked the ball up. I believe someone else made the hit.
It would have been Whaley then, the only other play on the outside.
And he was in the right position, but I believe that guy did take a couple of football steps, you know.
Mm-hmm. Now the Highlanders will shift from a 3-4 to a 4-3 look. GP will have an up back right, a back in the backfield. The snap is low. Penalty flags fly.
I
think it'll be procedure, yeah. It is against Gatlinburg Pittman. That'll cost them 5. It will still be 2nd down. And now 2nd and 15. Van Hook, Alton Whaley, Ryland Griffith, and I think it's Nolan Cotton.
Nolan
the
Cotton,
defensive
deep
secondary.
safety, yeah.
We'll try to set the backers after this play. The snap, the handoff on the right side.
Get him.
Caught by a couple of white-shirted Highlanders. The Highlanders in the white shirts with the red numerals. Conversely, Gatlinburg Pittman, the blue with the gold numerals. A gain of 3, third down and 12. The linebackers for the Highlanders, it's a new group. I'm getting used to the numbers there. Looks like Clayton Carroll will be one of the linebackers. Now they shifted. I can't see the numbers. Anyway, the handoff, trying to run right. Cutting back into the middle of the field, and the Highlander red shirts will make the tackle at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, about a 6-yard gain right there. Brings up fourth down now.
Fourth down. Fourth, and I'm going to say maybe 7 yards to go.
Every bit.
Clock running in the first quarter of play, 8 minutes, 50 seconds to go. Highlanders off Scott High find themselves trailing Gatlinburg Pittman 7-0.
They're going to throw the ball and find that big old towel over on our side, number 80, I believe he is.
Two receivers to the right, a wing back on the left side for Gatlinburg Pittman.
No.
They throw the ball short. Did he scoop it up? The official steps in and says, no, we'll give him a catch at about the 6-yard line. It will now be first and goal for the GP Highlanders. Highlander defense looking to our side of the field for Coach Stevens as he signals his defense. GP from the huddle. They've got twins to the left. Tight end over on the right side. The handoff on the right side, escaping the containment, and he gets in for the touchdown.
Hey, it's just good line work up front for the GP guys. A little handoff to the right. I think he should have went off tackle, but he bounced it, made the right reach.
I'm still not sure who scored the touchdown, but 18 did?
18.
Okay.
Here's the snap.
And this is Giesling to kick the extra point. That one is up with plenty of leg. And the Gatlinburg Pittman Highlanders now lead our visiting Scott Highlanders 14-0. We'll step aside for this break and be back with the ensuing Gatlinburg Pittman kick.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest jobs done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver.
As we come back, Gatlinburg Pittman, they'll tee it up to kick it off to the Highlanders once again. This is Carlton Giesling. Deep for the Highlanders, Ryland Griffith. Last time caught it just at the goal line for the touchback. Now this kick.
Going to be returnable. Get her well.
Deep one is going to be picked up on the bounce. Finally at the 5-yard line. McGriffith tries to find some running room, wants to reverse. Still fighting, is zigzagging back and forth to get out to about the 15-yard line as a Scott High helmet comes flying into the air. We saw no flags with that.
Cottons, I believe.
So the Highlanders with their second offensive possession. We'll start from our own 15-yard line.
Got started off pretty good last time, Rick, into that interception. Just need to keep pushing the ball.
Trips left. Trips moving left. One receiver, Griffith to the right, short side of the field. Luke Bowling at quarterback, wearing number 5 tonight. If you've seen us the last couple of weeks, he's been wearing number 17. They called offsides against the Gatlinburg Pittman team.
The end on this side was trying to time it up and got a little bit ahead.
Still first down, but now 1st and 5 for the Highlanders from our own 20-yard line. We stay in that same formation. The running back in the backfield, number 41, that is Will Young. He lines up to the left and slightly behind Bowling at quarterback. The snap, Bowling drops. Here comes the pressure. And now pass thrown to this side is tipped up in the air. Could not be caught by Ryland Griffith. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5, Highlanders. I think on both the plays, the outs patterns to this side of the field, Luke has been a tad slow releasing the ball and getting it out of there.
That's probably the best thing to say about that. The receiver's already made his break, and on those quick outs, you don't do that. You throw the ball and let him turn, recognize, and get it.
2nd down now. We've got trips left. Again, one receiver to the right. The handoff, that is Young. Has some running room.
Come on, Will.
Stepped out of the tackle, dives ahead to the 30-yard line. That is a First National Bank 1st down, Highlanders. That takes the ball to the Highlander 30-yard line. We keep this drive and momentum alive. As the Highlanders looking to the sideline, getting the play, signaled in by both Coach Terry and Coach Fletcher.
That was really the first rushing play we've had, wasn't it? I mean,
it was, yes.
Yeah.
We'll take trips left. No receivers to the right. Under center, Bowling gives the handoff to Young, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage. That'll cost us 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Coach trying to dictate things a little bit by going 3 wide that time, but obviously the interior part, the linemen and linebackers for Gatlinburg-Pittman, they were able to clean up the run play by the Highlanders. This time we'll go trips right. That's closest to our bench and to the wide field side. One receiver back to the left side now. Bowling drops. Here comes the pressure. Eludes that defender in the back, throws the ball on a little comeback to the sideline. It's incomplete. To the short of Luke Bowling. That brings up now 3rd down and 12.
Did a good job. That, I believe, was a linebacker that came on a little bit of delayed stunt, and he looped around and got there. Luke got away from him, but I think it upset all the rhythm and balance in that play.
What I noticed watching film the other day on Gatlinburg-Pittman, they'll either bring the inside linebackers or they'll bring the outside linebackers. Hardly ever do they bring inside and outside too. They walk up the outside backers. Highlanders have trips right. Luke dropping. Here comes the pressure. A little comeback screen, and it's batted down behind the line of scrimmage. They had to bring up now 4th down and apparent punting time for the Highlanders. Once again, we talked about the change of personnel. It affects us on all special teams.
And again, the Highlanders pretty much keep their offensive line on the field to shore up.
I'm not sure.
That's Mateo, I believe.
Mateo Gibson to punt for the Highlanders. The snap. This punt is away. It sails to midfield over the returner's head. He touched it last. The Highlanders can get on. He's still fighting for it. And the Highlanders do come up with it, racing down the field.
86, that's Colton.
Colton Newport on the recovery. So recovered by the Highlanders, and we'll continue this drive. I guess on my play chart, I'll say that we start this drive at the GP,
the plus
45-yard line.
The plus 45. Oh, big rush.
Here comes the pressure. Loops, steps away from it, however. Tries to cut back, lost his balance back across the 50-yard line. He eluded one and then 2 defenders that time, and he still had room to get back to the line of scrimmage before losing his balance.
That was pretty athletic of him just to do that.
2nd down now, Highlanders 2nd and 16.
Yeah.
Highlanders will send Alton Whaley and Hugo Henry to the left. Coming to the right side of the field, Ryland Griffith, single receiver. And we also have a tight end on the right side. The snap. Bowling will drop. Here comes some pressure. Throws the ball deep over the middle of the
Look
field
out.
and overthrew everybody. Griffith was going to pull up and run a shorter post pattern, and Ryland just let it rip and they overthrew everybody.
4 on the coverage.
Well, bringing up a third down now. Ball setting really,
We got it.
on the 49. So we started off with that good positive field position. Slightly on the negative side now, but still plenty of room to get a first down in on this play. Start eating your candy?
A forfeit victory against Austin East.
You do? Well, here, let me help you then. Let's get them off.
Never mind, I hit the wrong button there, guys. It's my fault.
I didn't
Bowling
have
feels the pressure,
Oh,
taken down back
big-
inside the
big
Highlander
sack.
40-yard line. So this time the Highlanders will try to punt the ball one more time.
10-yard loss on that. And I'm still wanting to know where my candy's at.
That was you and Cooper last week.
Uh,
I should have hit the record button, I guess, before I started the broadcast. However, I did not do that. So I was feeding back last week's recording to you. I get confused, so many buttons to keep up with. So again, Mateo Gibson on to punt the ball for the Highlanders. This punt will be a short, spiraling punt.
Bounce
it
ball,
hits at
bounce
the
ball,
40,
bounce.
inside the 35, inside the 30, down to the GP 29-yard line, where they start this, their actual second offensive possession of the game.
1st and 10 Highlanders.
As GP comes from the sideline, they go into a huddle. And they wait on their quarterback, who comes from the sideline with the play from Coach Wagner. As GP approaches the line of scrimmage, they will send 3 receivers out wide right. Tight end back to the left side. The quarterback, Hammond's rolling right, looking for the up receiver on the out. He makes the catch and then driven out of bounds about the 37-yard line. Thought it was going to be close to 35, but it's the 37-yard line.
Yeah, they got
a
nice gain out of that. That's the big, tall receiver that they can work him in a lot of different ways. And if you'll notice, he's going to have a pretty good height advantage and those long arms over most of our defensive backs.
Second down for Gatlinburg Pittman. They'll have trips to the left. They'll move the tight end to the right side. Rolling left this time will be Hammonds. A little out and up on a wheel, intended it for that big 88, and it's an incomplete pass. That was Reese Cole, a senior, intending the pass for. And I saw that one coming.
Yeah.
I thought, man, they're going to bring him lateral and then turn him up, and they did. For the Highlanders.
Well, that was just a classic out and up. You mentioned wheel right there. They do run a lot of wheels. I don't know if I even mentioned that earlier, but they'll run wheels out of the backfield, and they'll run wheels from those out of the trip sets.
GP, 3rd down and 2. They give it on the handoff, running to the right, and the Highlanders will get there to make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. I think that might be Gavin Terry,
That
number
is
53.
Mr. Gavin Terry, yeah. Good play, Gavin, good play.
4th down, and for Gatlinburg Pittman, it is 4th and about 5 yards to go. Still waiting on Coach Wagner to make a decision. He's keeping his offense out there. Hammonds trots onto the field. He's the quarterback. He'll send 2 receivers right, 1 back to the left.
Big, tall 88 is out here on this side all by his lonesome.
Ryland Griffith has him basically man-to-man. Hammonds wants to roll, and the flag is thrown, or the whistle is
We got a
called.
timeout from GP.
Okay, so Gatlinburg Pittman takes a timeout. We'll take a timeout with the 2 teams. Our score from Gatlinburg Pittman High School, the home team, Gatlinburg Pittman Highlanders, 14 are visiting Scott Highlanders, 0.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest jobs done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver.
As we come back, Gatlinburg-Pittman, they took a timeout on 4th down. They lined up their offense. It was 4th and 5. Coach Wagner thought about it, decided to take the timeout. They still come back out with their offense on 4th down.
Different play.
This time trips to the left. Tied in back to the right side. They give it on the handoff.
Good job.
And taken down there. The Highlanders get a great stop on the right defensive side. Number 55, Zane Henry in there.
Zane Henry, good play, Zane.
And on downs possession, going over to the Highlanders, which is really great because of the field position. It's at the Gatlinburg-Pittman 35-yard line.
3:29 to go in the first period of this ball game.
1st and 10 Highlanders. From the huddle to the line of scrimmage, Whaley to the right side, Griffith to the left side. We've got a strong up back to the right and a tight end on the right. Will Young, the running back, hands it off, gets the hand off, and dives it ahead for about 3 yards down near the 32-yard line.
Run by Young.
2nd down and 7 for the Highlanders. 2nd and 7. 86 tonight. You've seen him wear other numbers, I think 42 previously, but 86 tonight on the field is Colton Newport. He'll be a tight end, and we may see him out as a slot receiver sometime.
We probably will, Rick. Yeah, it's just the difference. Don't have the same jerseys in the red and white, I guess.
Also, 78, Jacob Reese is the right guard on the field this possession for the Highlanders. 2 backs in the backfield, and up back, and then a deep back. That is Young. Young breaks into the secondary, finds some running room down to the 20-yard line. That'll be a First National Bank first down for the Highlanders. They spotted, I guess, officially at the 21-yard line.
Pretty good blocking up front there. You mentioned Reese was in there. I think that may be because we have Jace Cloyd is up as a short back.
Right. The Highlanders to the line of scrimmage again. They move the up back right, the deep tailback to the right also. The handoff, that'll be Young. Bounces outside the 15-yard line.
Come on, Will.
Running room inside the 10-yard line. And Will Young puts the Highlanders first and goal from, I said first and goal. Yep, I'm pretty sure it is. First and goal from the Gatlinburg-Pittman 7-yard line. That's a First National Bank first down, and good job, Highlanders.
Good hold with that right side up doing there.
We'll send Rylan Griffith as the lone receiver wide left, Whaley the receiver on the right. The Highlanders do the check to the sideline. The up back, Jace Cloyd on the right, Will Young lined up behind him. From the shotgun,
we got backers coming. Come on, Will, get in there.
Counter step. Will driving for the 5-yard line. We'll have to see the spot. Looks like they'll spot at about the 6. So a gain of 1. 2nd down and goal for the Highlanders at the GP 6-yard line. Now a couple more players come in defensively for Gatlinburg-Pittman. It looks like it's lineman for lineman substitution.
Went to a little more side. Well, I take that back.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah, the left guard they put in up here, or tackle, I guess. No, he's a nose guy. He's smaller.
Whaley to the left, Griffith to the right. Up back right side, running back right side. The handoff Young bounces outside. Got a player out racing. Will Young in for the 6-yard touchdown score. Highlanders.
49 seconds to go in the first period of this ball game. Our Scott Highlanders score.
I'm sorry, that was Van Hook on the score.
Well, I'm sorry. Hey, way to go, Cannon. Anyway, it's now 14-6, and Hugo Henry is on the field for the point after attempt.
Waiting on the spot, this will be Nolan Cotton to hold. The kick from Hugo Henry, and the Highlanders on the board. It's now Gatlinburg-Pittman 14, Highlanders 7. Well, let's step aside for this break, and we'll be back with the ensuing Highlander kickoff.
home improvement doesn't have to break the bank. At Salvage LLC, we have everything you need to finish your new home or to give a makeover to your existing home. From a full line of laminated and vinyl flooring to interior and exterior doors to crown molding and baseboards, start your next home project at Salvage LLC. Stop by and check out our model kitchen setup for ideas on how to take your kitchen from functional to stunning. Salvage LLC is located on Industrial Lane in Oneida. Open 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Find us online at salvagellc.net.
Back at Gatlinburg Pittman High School. Former region opponent the previous 4 years, but now Highlanders went up to 4A ball. Gatlinburg Pittman stayed in 3A ball. As the Highlanders moved out, Union County moved in, and Kingston also moved out. They switched entirely into a Southern Conference down there. So everybody else that we've been playing, with the exception of Union County, still in Region 2 3A ball. Hugo Henry to kick the ball, and the Gatlinburg Pittman Highlanders, they'll have two players standing at the 10-yard line.
And it's not too far to remember the opening kickoff.
That's a nice deep
kick.
It's going to be Philly back at the 2-yard line, looking for running room.
Stay in your
over
lanes.
on the right hash mark, trying
Stay
to
in
cut
your
back
lanes.
against the grain. Has players to beat, crosses midfield, caught from behind, and he will be pulled down at the Highlander 30-yard line. To catch up with him from behind will be Alton Whaley. So the Highlanders had kicked off to Gatlinburg Pittman 2 times, and they had shredded our kick coverage.
121 yards or somewhere in that neighborhood, 120 yards. I think they're going to spot this on the 31. Yep.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Gatlinburg Pittman from their own 10-yard line, from the Highlander, Scott Highlander 31-yard line.
Hey, cameras up there. Cameras are up there.
GP to the line of scrimmage. They'll have a tight end H-back to the right side. The handoff to the running back. Bounces outside. Eluded, contained, cuts back into the middle of the field, runs to the far left side, cuts back again, juked another Highlander, headed toward the 5-yard line, and he'll be pulled down for a touchdown. That carry by Tegan Avera. Covered 31 yards and a Gatlinburg Pittman touchdown.
Started to the right, cut it back across in the center, ended up on the left side. He made some really good moves. Might have been one or two not so good tackle attempts there. But anyway, 22 seconds to go in the first quarter again as GP is going for their point after kick.
Kiesling once again to attempt the point after kick. This one up
Mighty
and good from here, so it's now 21-7. Gatlinburg Pittman over our Highlanders. So after having the early 14-0 lead, the Highlanders score a touchdown, and then just 27 seconds later, Gatlinburg Pittman able to come back and pick up another touchdown. GP 21, Highlanders 7. Will return right after this break.
Odds are there's a Potter's Ace Hardware right in your neighborhood, with expert advice and the right tools and supplies to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Potter's Ace has a convenient location on Industrial Lane here in Oneida. Visit the helpful folks at Potter's Ace for all your home improvement needs. Potter's Ace, the helpful place.
Well, so far, with 22 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play, between the two teams, we've managed to put 28 points up on the scoreboard.
That was fast.
Gatlinburg Pittman 21, our Highlanders 7, and now the Highlanders waiting on the ensuing Giesling kickoff to start what would be our actually 5th offensive possession. This kick is high.
It's going to be
fielded at the 9-yard line by Ryland Griffith. Starts up the middle of the field.
Come on,
cuts back
come on,
behind the
Ryland,
grain.
come on.
Tries to jump outside again and pull down as he's upended at the Highlander 39-yard line. So a good return. Actually probably 29 or 30 yards on the return to give the Highlanders pretty good starting field position.
Yeah,
again.
one more little block out there, and maybe Ryland could have ran a little further.
First and 10 Highlanders. Let's see what personnel package Coach Terry decides to keep on the field. Play clock down to 15 seconds. Game clock at 13 seconds, not running until the Highlanders snap the ball. Highlanders will send Whaley left, Griffith to the right side. We'll keep a tight end on the left side. Two backs in the backfield, up back and the deep tailback. The handoff had to be Young, trying to pull the player along with him, clears the 40, and I think he got near the 42-yard line. It depends on which official that the umpire looks at to spot the ball.
I think they're going to give him about 2. A short 2. Maybe just a 2-2.
Well, it's 2 yards for the Highlanders, and that will be the end of the first quarter of play. So after 1 quarter from Gatlinburg-Pittman High School, it's the home team, Gatlinburg-Pittman Highlanders, leading our own visiting Scott Highlanders. It's GP 21, our Highlanders 7.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest jobs done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver.
As we come back, we change ends. The Highlanders now moving right to left as you would look at your radio dial or your TV screen. Highlanders in the white jerseys. Gatlinburg-Pittman in the blue jerseys with the gold numerals. The Highlanders will send Whaley right, Griffith to the left side of the formation. For the Highlanders, it is 2nd down and 8. 2nd and 8.
Comes the backers.
The handoff to Young, bounces outside, has some running room.
Come on, Will.
Splits two
First
defenders
down.
and pounds it down to midfield.
First down.
And depending upon the spot, it would be a first down.
Oh, they cheated him back.
And the side judge is saying, let's move it on down. First down for the Highlanders and First National Bank. 1st and 10 from midfield Highlanders. Still looking to the sideline as they break that little sideways huddle that they have, looking to the Highlander bench. Whaley splits to the left, Griffith to the right, right in front of the GP bench. We have a tight end on the left side. The handoff had to be Young. Tries to bounce between two defenders down to the 46-yard line.
Good
gain. That'll
be
a gain of 4. 2nd down, 6 Highlanders.
Good gain on that, just a little crack. And I'm wondering if Jace Cloyd, I know he was bending around to lead into that. I'm just wondering if Will didn't get ahead of him.
For the Highlanders, 2nd down and 6. Whaley goes right, Griffith to the left. The ball right in the middle of the field. Jace Cloyd, the up back on the right side. Will Young, the tailback. Luke Bowling, the quarterback. Ooh. The snap, the handoff. Luke hit behind the line of scrimmage. We'll lose a couple of yards back to about the GP 48-yard line. 3rd down and now 8 yards to go Highlanders. 3rd and 8. We need to get the ball. We really need to make sure we solidly touch the Gatlinburg-Pittman 40-yard line. Now Van Hook in the backfield for the Highlanders. Remember, he's got the capability, he's the A-back to either stay in the backfield or we can line him up as a wide receiver. Play clock down to 7 seconds. The Highlanders will have to hurry. I'm not sure Luke has noticed that yet. Receiver each side, tight end right. The snap, the handoff had to be Van Hook fighting for yardage. Gets back to about the 46-yard line.
Coming in late. And usually
the flag?
It came from the
umpire referee.
It came by the ref, Rick, the white hat. And it's going to go against Gatlinburg. They usually do, and it's a big and personal foul. Yeah.
Via the penalty, the Highlanders maintaining this drive. That is a First National Bank first down to the GP 31-yard line. 1st and 10 Highlanders. Colton Newport, Clayton Carroll. Two of the linemen for the Highlanders. Newport's the tight end on the right side. The handoff, it goes to Van Hook, tries to sidestep a defender, gets back to about the line of scrimmage, which would be the GP 31-yard line.
And that was a good effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now Van Hook out, and for the Highlanders, Will Young went back in, yes. I knew he was out there when I saw Van Hook come out, but I just couldn't find Will. The play from Coach Terry and Coach Fletcher. The Highlanders will split Griffith to the right, Whaley to the left. By the way, both of those wideouts are sophomores, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
The lead back to the left. They give the ball to Young, and the Highlanders of Gatlinburg Pittman, they just overwhelm our Highlanders left offensive side to get behind for a behind-the-line stop back at the GP 35-yard line. It's now 3rd down and 14 to go for the Highlanders. The PA announcer over here at GP has the same trouble I have. Who are you going to call the Highlanders? Well, he's decided to call GP and Scott High. Whaley right, Griffith to the left. We keep Young in the backfield. The handoff, Young blasts off the right side, ran into a pile of defenders. Effort. Back to the original line of scrimmage, the GP 31-yard line, where for the Highlanders it's going to be 4th down and 10. Too long for a field goal, probably too short for a punt. Coach Terry looking at the official, trying to decide what he's going to do, so we'll change personnel package. Hugo Henry comes in, not as a kicker, but as a wide receiver, so that means that we'll have at least 2 wide on one side, if not trips one side. See what the Highlanders do. Whaley, Henry, and Newport on the right side. Griffith to the left. Down to 2 seconds on the play clock. 1 second. The Highlanders really didn't get it off, but they do get it off as Bolin throws the ball deep. Push over there. It's an interception. Running room up the far sideline in front of the Gatlinburg Pittman bench. Turning back inside, trying to elude a tackle, and does. All the way in on the interception return for the touchdown, and that came back at about the, I want to say, somewhere near the GP 25-yard line. Yeah,
Luke had people up in his face. He threw that ball off his back foot, didn't have a lot on it. A couple of defenders over there, they were able, one pretty much walled out our receiver. We got a flag out there. Let's see.
So it may not be a touchdown.
May not be a touchdown. Sam spotted that flag. I didn't see it. I ain't saw. There it is. Yeah. Mr. Official is going to say.
The flag at the Highlander 48-yard line, so that walk-off will go against Gatlinburg Pittman. So wait a minute, folks. Not a touchdown. GP, however, will have possession of the football.
Block in the back against Gatlinburg Pittman, 10-yard penalty.
So GP starting at their own 42-yard line. First and 10, 7 minutes, 23 seconds left in the first half. Trying to run a sweep to the left side, getting outside the defenders up the sideline, cutting back against the grain and stepping out of bounds at the Highlander 40-yard line was the ball carrier all the way across the field. Let's see if we can spot the number there. I think it was probably Levi Hill, number 16.
Okay, they're going for some, they're going to pick up the pace
Speeding
here.
Up the tempo now. They'll have a tight end, H-back to the left, one receiver to the right. And a whistle sounds and a penalty flag thrown by the referee. He is behind the offense. And he says false start against Gatlinburg Pittman. That'll cost them 5. It will still be first down, but now first down 15. With the ball at the Highlander 45-yard line. Gatlinburg Pittman already at the line of scrimmage. They keep that same formation. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. A split tight end to the left. one back in the backfield along with quarterback Brady Hammonds. Highlanders in a 4-3 defensive look, trying to run the sweep to the left. One Highlander jumps, misses the tackle attempt, and it takes two shirts down the field at about the 33-yard line to tackle the running back Hill for Gatlinburg Pittman.
GP is really good on those edge runs. Real good blocking. We kept them short of a first down by a couple of yards anyway.
Same formation. Again, the handoff trying to sweep the left side, now cutting back against the grain. Ran over the Highlander safety, and some of the big boys catch up from behind, but Gatlinburg Pittman will have a first down. The ball will be at about the Highlander 23-yard line, 1st and 10 for GP. Again, they already have the play. Hammonds will move his running back to his left. Tight end stays on the left. Moving. The handoff, trying to run to the right side. It looked like it might be Hill again, and Hill taken down inside the 20, the 17-yard line?
I think it's getting a little chippy by amongst a few of the guys on the line down there. And doesn't that running back really accelerate when he turns into the hole?
Yes. Second down for Gatlinburg Pittman. 2nd and 6 to go. I think I'd dispute that. I might say 2nd and 5 as I look at the sticks. The snap.
Back to the
running
left.
to the
get
left.
Out there, get out
trying
there,
to get outside and turn the corner. The Highlanders get there and hold him up a little bit at the 10-yard line. Will Young says, I think we forced a fumble and recovered it. But the officials,
That trainer's not going to fit through here.
They do not agree with that whatsoever. So for Gatlinburg Pittman, they're at the Highlander 11-yard line. It is a first down for GP.
Can you go around the building at all?
The handoff trying to sweep left again, now cutting back against the grain. Caught by the white-shirted Highlanders.
Good job.
And they'll take him down after a gain of maybe 1 or possibly 2 yards. On that carry was Tegan Avera again. He has 2 touchdown runs, by the way, in the first half for GP.
Coming to the line of scrimmage now, GP is 2nd and 8 to go. No, they can get a first down. I'm sorry.
Yep. The snap,
quick
pass over on the left flat and thrown out of bounds. One of the Highlanders hustling over there. I think that may have been Van Hook.
Van Hook gets
to help make the tackle. Got an assist over the top from Nolan Cotton. Down to the 3-yard line. Gatlinburg Pittman at the 3-yard line. It's now 3rd down and about 2 to go for GP. Clock is stopped as he went out of bounds with 4 minutes, 46 seconds left in the first half. This time, GP will send 2 receivers to the right. They'll keep their up back on the right side. The handoff trying to run the dive play off the right side.
Good.
And comes up short.
Yeah.
Just at the 1-yard line. The official from this side called it. Woody thinks the guy coming in from the other side. Woody thought he was going to call a touchdown, and nevertheless, the line judge on this side, he prevails.
He gets
first and
down.
Goal for GP. The ball at the Highlander 1-yard line. Clock is running.
Clayton Carroll did a good job to keep that from going in the end zone right there.
Receiver left and right. Again, they give it to the running back, and he is in for the touchdown score. Number 16, that was Levi Hill.
4:26 to go in the second quarter of the ball game. GP gets in the end zone again. It's 27-7. They have their handy kicker, number 25. I can't remember his name. Giesling on for the point after kick. There's a snap.
This kick up and
mighty
plenty of leg on that one.
Mighty good.
Gatlinburg Pittman now with the advantage of 3 touchdowns over the Highlanders. GP 28, Highlanders 7. We'll step aside for this break and a message from one of tonight's football sponsors, and we'll be back with the ensuing GP kickoff.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott High Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
See a couple in place.
As we come back to Gatlinburg Pittman High School up here in it's not really the foothills of the Smokies. When we came up the hill, we went into the Smokies. And GP has the 28-7 lead over the Highlanders. Gatlinburg Pittman with 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. They have 2 more scores in the
second quarter, yeah.
Nope, 1 score in the second quarter. They had 3 scores in the first quarter. Remember that one came with 22 seconds to go.
That's right.
Giesling to kick off the ball. Deep again for the Highlanders will be Rylan Griffith. This kick
should be returnable.
Filled by Griffith at the 6-yard line.
Run hard, Rylan.
Looks into the middle of the field. Tries to come back outside on the left.
There's a gap. There's a
runs
gap.
up the right side at the 40, at the 50. Pulled down by the collar from behind.
Horse collar.
Everybody.
They don't call that. They don't really call that like they did.
Nope. Down to the 44-yard line of Gatlinburg Pittman. So good starting field position for the Highlanders once again.
We get her into the plus side of the field and plenty of time. Don't have to be in no hurry to at least score, close the score a little bit.
1st and 10 Highlanders. Luke Boland, number 5, gone all the way quarterback. If you've seen us the last couple of games, well, I think he was absent last week. He couldn't play.
Yeah.
But he normally has worn number 17. But he's in number 5 tonight. We knew that from the start of the season. The handoff, Young tries to bounce outside, does on the right a little bit, and pick up maybe 2 yards. 2 yards. Game clock running at 4 minutes remaining in the first half. The ball at GP's 42-yard line. 2nd down 8 for the Highlanders.
2nd and 8, Scott.
Coach Terry, Coach Fletcher, they signal the play into the Highlander football squad. Play clock at 15 seconds now. We go back to that heavy package with that lineman up back on the right side. Young, the deep back, lined up behind him. The fake. Boland wants to throw the ball over the middle intended for Griffith and batted down. Good coverage by the defensive.
That was really good coverage.
Defender that time, Houston Bird. And on the break, Ryland was open for a split second, and then after that, the back, Bird, made up that ground to deflect the ball.
Okay, Jacob Reese coming out, so that must mean we will not have the up blocking
we're in
back.
That maybe 11 or 21 package right now, because we'll have 2 receivers each side. Twins right, twins to the left. Young stays in the backfield. Here comes, it looks like that inside backer blitzing, he does. Here comes some pressure. Boland steps outside over the middle.
Ooh,
and
throw the flag.
Here comes
the flag. Yep.
The pass intended on that skinny post to Rylan Griffith and banged hard from the back. That flag down at about the 20-yard line. Well, in high school of football, had to go back to the line of scrimmage and should be a 15-yard mark off, which would give us a first down.
And again.
And good field position.
Yeah, and again, I think Luke maybe was throwing off his back foot there a little bit. Seem that way to you?
Yeah. Oh, most definitely.
And, he's getting the distance, but he doesn't really have the missile type throw.
And we certainly thank our first down sponsor, First National Bank, also coming up at the conclusion of the game. They sponsor our player of the game. That's First National Bank. Clock is stopped on the penalty with 3 minutes, 14 seconds to go. The Highlanders will send a receiver left, one right. Again, we keep the big up back, and Will Young will be the running back. He lines up to the right and behind Luke Boland. Boland tries to draw him off sides on second count. He gives it to
there you go.
the cutback. That'll be Young trying to break outside at the 20. Fighting inside, taken down at about the 18 or 17-yard line, looks like.
Yeah, can't.
And what he says, a penalty over there, and maybe a late hit out of bounds, if not a face mask. We'll wait on the referee, but they're certainly discussing it. Personal foul, face mask. If that's the big variety, which I hope it is, that would be half the distance to the goal from the 17-yard line. Should take us down to the
Still going to be a
8-yard
first
line.
down. That's the main thing.
Yep, via the automatic first down. First National Bank for
In the 8.
a first down.
First and 10, Scott High.
First and goal, Highlanders. The ball between the 8 and 9-yard line. Griffith to the left, Whaley to the right. We keep the up back to the left.
Van Hook at the running back. Here comes 2 linebackers.
Van Hook with a
Come on,
handoff.
Cannon. Come on,
Caught at the
Cannon.
line of scrimmage. Fights his
Ooh.
way on down to maybe the 6-yard line.
Yeah, tough running.
Tackled by Whitman Whaley.
Yep, they say the 7. So a gain of 1.5 yards. We cannot keep up with stats that way, but it is a 1-yard gain. And still plenty of time left in the first half. 2 minutes, 36 seconds to go. Hunters looking to the sideline, getting the play. It is second and goal from the GP 7-yard line. Again, the receiver split left and right. Tight end on the right side. The handoff and Van Hook smothered behind the line of scrimmage. Breaking
Linebacker.
hard, the
Yeah.
linebacker Jacob Ferguson, number 33, listed as a senior.
Yeah, middle linebacker just had a wide open spot through.
Third down for the Highlanders. That loss of 3 back to the 10-yard line. Third and goal for the Highlanders at the GP 10-yard line. Play clock at 15 seconds. Will Young, now the running back, lines up on the left side of Bolin this time. We keep the up lead back to the right side. Luke drops back to throw the ball. Wanted to throw the screen. It's not there, and the pass is deflected. Young tried to break inside as it was just a outside swing pass to the back.
It was a safety, or Will was the safety on that. Had a thing going on down here in the corner. Didn't have an opening there. Looks like we're going to spot it down for a field goal attempt.
Yes. 1 minute, 31 seconds to go in the first half. The Highlanders hustling a player onto the field in their kick protection team. The spot at the 17-yard line. 27-yard field goal attempt, Hugo Henry. The placement, the kick is up, and from
I believe
here,
he got it.
It is good. The 27-yard field goal by Hugo Henry now makes our score, our Scott Highlanders 10, the GP Highlanders 28. We'll step aside for this break and be back with the ensuing Highlander kick.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razak's. Razak's offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it. And daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razak's has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razak's on US Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razak's. Country cooking and great steaks.
Hugo Henry converts the 27-yard field goal, giving the Highlanders our 10th point. It's GP 28, Highlanders 10, and the Highlanders will be kicking off to GP. Here is the problem, however, though. The first time the Highlanders kicked off to GP, they returned it 91 yards for a touchdown score.
Yep.
The second time that we kicked off, they returned it a bunch for another kickoff to 50-something yards.
Yeah, it came up to 140, I think, didn't it?
So we've got to watch and see who we kick off the ball to. We'll still kick deep. It'll be fielded at the 15-yard line, looking for some running room, trying to widen the field, coming to this side. Now cutting back against the Highlander grain, across the 45, out to about the 48-yard line. GP will take over first and 10.
Tackled by number 86.
Well, on that kickoff, at least we kept them on their side of the 50-yard line.
First and 10, GP. As they break the huddle to the line of scrimmage, they'll send trips out to the left side. That tall receiver, Cole, the 6'5" guy in the slot. Hammonds rolls left. Here comes some pressure, and the out pattern complete to the aforementioned Reese Cole. relatively a short gain, about 4 yards. 2nd down and 6. It does, however, stop the clock with 1 minute, 13 seconds left in the first half. I think Gatlinburg Pittman can probably get the ball to the Highlander 35-yard line. I know it'll be a 50-something yard, 52-yard field goal attempt, but I believe their kicker Giesling may have the leg for that.
Yeah, he was doing those in pregame, Rick, but I don't know. They're doing the control thing going out of bounds. They're planning on going all the way.
Trips right. Hammonds will roll this time.
A little wheel.
Looking to the left. Here comes some pressure from behind.
Wheel.
Got away from Terry. Now throws the ball deep into the middle of the field. It's going to be up, high pointed, and caught by Gatlinburg Pittman's Whitman Whaley. That'll give GP a first down. At about the 24-yard line, 1st and 10 for GP. Clock is continuing to run now with 1 minute, 5 seconds left in the first half. Hammonds from the shotgun, looking, rolling left.
Another quick little flood out
pass,
yep.
And stepping out of bounds inside the 20 was Reese Cole. Takes the ball down to the Highlander 19-yard line. 55 seconds to go in the first half. GP 28, Highlanders 10. And I'm pretty sure GP has 2 timeouts remaining.
Yes, sir. 2 timeouts for them, 3 for our Highlanders.
GP sends 2 receivers right. They put 2 on the left short side of the field. Now that's Cole in motion through the backfield. They hand it off to the running back. Caught by the middle of that Highlander defensive line, slowed down, thrown backwards after a gain of maybe 2 yards or 3 yards that time. Might be Zane Henry on the tackle.
Jace Cloyd and Zane Henry.
I saw a lot of 5s there.
Well, I think
GP takes the timeout. Let's take a quick timeout with the 2 teams. GP 28, Highlanders, our Scott Highlanders, that is 10. We'll be back after this message.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
He's got empty spots on this power strip over here.
As we come back from Gatlinburg Pittman timeout, they've got 1 more timeout remaining. For them, it is 3rd down and about 2 yards to go to pick up a first down. They'll have 1 receiver right. They go trips to the left short side of the field. Hammonds comes back, throws the post over the middle and knocked away. Alton Whaley stuck a hand in, knocked the ball away from Carlos Orr. So it brings up 4th and 2 for GP. Clock is now stopped with 42 seconds left in the first half. I believe both bands, the Highlander Band and Gatlinburg Pittman Band, will perform during halftime, so we'll have an extra long halftime, so that means we'll take an extra long break here during halftime. Got a handoff and looking for running room, just weaves his way against the Highlander defense. That was number 16 again, Levi Hill.
3-yard run into the end zone.
16-yard run into the end zone.
That's right, I looked at it wrong. 37 seconds ago, that part I got right. Again, GP's in the end zone. 34-10 lead with their kicker on the field for the point after.
This is Giesling again for the extra point try. The placement, this kick is up and drills it through there, and maybe somebody's car out in the parking lot right there. Gatlinburg Pittman now leading our Scott Highlanders 35-10. We'll step aside, take this break, and be back with the final 37 seconds of the first half.
Odds are there's a Potter's Ace Hardware right in your neighborhood, with expert advice and the right tools and supplies to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their stuff. Potter's Ace has a convenient location on Industrial Lane here in Oneida. Visit the helpful folks at Potter's Ace for all your home improvement needs. Potter's Ace, the helpful place.
And Gatlinburg Pittman, they pad their lead up a little bit in the latter stages thanks to a catch that the receiver just went down and high-pointed to beat two Highlander defenders at about the 19-yard line to set up better field position for GP. Now Giesling will kick it off for GP. Deep again, Rylan Griffith. Standing back at the Highlander 5. Giesling's approach, the kick.
Low kick.
Low line drive. It bounces on the right side, picked up over there by Cotton, I think, fighting for room, and eluded that first tackler, picked up an additional 3 yards. So Nolan would take the ball out to about the 23-yard line for the Highlanders.
First and 10, Scott. 32 seconds left in the half.
You know, we have actually, this being our 6th or 7th possession, however you look at the muff punt and the recovery by the Highlanders, we have actually started 3 times in GP territory in the first half. 32 seconds remaining first half. GP 35, Highlanders, I should say Scott Highlanders 10. Highlanders with the ball, and I think, do we have 2 timeouts or 3?
We have all 3 of our timeouts. Backers coming.
Bolin, the handoff, that'll be to Young. Will Young still moving bodies across the way and out to the 30-yard line. Just the drive and determination by Will. And maybe one of his linemen are tied in there, Colton Newport. Just their drive and push.
Good drive.
Will pick up 7 yards for Will that time. 10 seconds, and Highlanders trying to get a play off before the end of the first half. Young again. Follows his blockers over on the right side. He'll pick up 1 yard, and that will bring us to halftime. And at half, the home team, Gatlinburg Pittman Highlanders, will have the advantage over our Highlanders. It's GP 35, Scott High 10. Again, our halftime score, Scott High 10, Gatlinburg Pittman 35. Good play. First half. It had been a few quarters since we got on the scoreboard, so you could feel a little momentum for the Highlanders. We had started offensive possessions 3 times in Gatlinburg Pittman territory. In the first half, on our first possession, we had an interception. Then we punted the ball. We recovered the muffed punt by GP. We got it in GP territory. We could not do anything with that and actually had lost yardage and had to punt the ball back. We scored a touchdown on a drive that started at the Gatlinburg Pittman 35-yard line after the Highlanders had held GP on downs.
You know, I was a little bit interested, Rick. We moved the ball good, and it was just about 3 key plays for a little extra heavy rush, throwing off the back foot, maybe letting the ball go through your hands on the pass. Little things like that has really kept this game from being a whole lot closer.
Yes, true. I agree with that.
Taking home country roads, the sleeper hit that launched the genre-bending career of John Denton.
Let's. I just lost my train of thought right there. Let's go ahead. We'll take this extended commercial break. Sam, if you can cue us up there, maybe we'll take 4 minutes worth of breaks right here, and then we'll be back with our Highlander halftime. Again, halftime score: GP 35, Scott High 10.
You're listening to Scott High School football on the IH Sports Network with Harris Keaton, Woody Keaton, and the voice of the Highlanders, Rick Keaton.
Sponsored by United Cumberland Bank, Scenic Foods, El Rey, Ray's Axe, South Fork Physical Therapy, Lumber King, Potter's Ace Hardware, Salvage LLC, and by title sponsor, First National Bank.
Football makes people happy. At United Cumberland Bank, totally free checking makes our customers happy. If you are not completely satisfied with your checking account, come see me and find out why more Scott Countyans are choosing United Cumberland Bank. This is Tammy Strunk, new accounts representative, and I would appreciate your business. United Cumberland Bank, member FDIC, $50 minimum deposit to open. Other fees may apply. Ask us for details.
A responsible local bank must branch out into the community it serves. At First National Bank, we realize a community bank must be a strong partner with the community. That's why First National Bank doesn't have branches, but roots that are deeply embedded in the fundamentals and foundations set forth in the past, with a vision for fostering the potential for the future. Since 1904, First National Bank has had only one focus: you. First National Bank. Your family, your future, your bank. Member FDIC.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razax. Razax offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razax has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razax on US Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razax. Country cooking and great steaks.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest jobs done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver. Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest jobs done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver.
Home improvement doesn't have to break the bank. At Salvage LLC, we have everything you need to finish your new home or to give a makeover to your existing home. From a full line of laminated and vinyl flooring to interior and exterior doors to crown molding and baseboards, start your next home project at Salvage LLC. Stop by and check out our model kitchen setup for ideas on how to take your kitchen from functional to stunning. Salvage LLC is located on Industrial Lane in Oneida. Open 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Find us online at salvagellc.net.
Football makes people happy. At United Cumberland Bank, totally free checking makes our customers happy. If you are not completely satisfied with your checking account, come see me and find out why more Scott Countyans are choosing United Cumberland Bank. This is Tammy Strunk, new accounts representative, and I would appreciate your business. United Cumberland Bank, member FDIC, $50 minimum deposit to open. Other fees may apply. Ask us for details.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Yeah, one more would be fine.
Life is about choices. When it comes to your internet service provider, you've got a choice. Telepage. Telepage is internet service provided by local people you know and trust. Different service plans are available, tailored to provide speeds that fit your everyday needs. Telepage now offers fiber internet in select areas, with plans starting as low as $45.41 per month. Speeds up to 1 gig are available. Call 423-569-8595 for more information. That's Telepage, located at 258 South Main Street in Oneida. Visit telepage.net. Odds are there's a Potter's Ace Hardware right in your neighborhood, with expert advice and the right tools and supplies to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Potter's Ace has a convenient location on Industrial Lane here in Oneida. visit the helpful folks at Potter's Ace for all your home improvement needs. Potter's Ace, the helpful place.
Welcome back. Halftime between the matchup at Gatlinburg Pittman High School. Our Scott Highlanders trailing GP at halftime. It's GP 35 and our own Scott Highlanders 10. I have to go back real quick. I meant to do this during the short break right there and just see the Highlanders' first points we've scored tonight in at least 9 quarters, maybe 10 quarters. So we felt good to be able to put points on the board. But the explosiveness of Gatlinburg Pittman on those kickoff returns, they had one, the opening kick returned for a touchdown of 91 yards, and then they had another huge return of about 50 yards to set them up in good field position, which led to another touchdown score. If we could somehow get those plays back and hope to hold them on defense, because in many ways the Highlander defense, they withstood Gatlinburg Pittman tonight. So, I saw flashes where we played great on defense. Our line and linebackers have done a good job of containing the run game of Gatlinburg Pittman. They got lucky, GP that is, on a couple of pass receptions. But overall, the Highlanders have done well. It's just that you look at the score and you think, well, that's not great. But you have to look at more than just the score there sometimes. The Highlanders trail at GP 35-0. Woody's still working on the first half stats, and while he does that, let us go over the first half scoring summary. As I said, the opening kickoff was returned by GP's Houston Bird, 91 yards for the score, and then Carton Giesling converted the point after kick to give GP a 7-0 lead with 11:41 to go in the first quarter play. Deeper into the first quarter, with 8:13 to go, Tegan Alvera scores on a 7-yard run for GP. The Giesling point after kick was good. It's 14-0 at that stage, Gatlinburg Pittman over our visiting Scott Highlanders. Then with 49 seconds to go in the first quarter, Cannon Van Hook scores on a 6-yard run for the Highlanders. Hugo Henry's point after kick was good, and it's a 14-7 game at that point. Then with only 22 seconds to go in the first quarter, GP got another one of those, the second of their good kickoff returns, and they were able to score, I think 2 plays later, on a Tegan Alvera 31-yard touchdown run. The Giesling point after kick made it 21-7 after 1 quarter. We move into the second quarter of play. Gatlinburg Pittman, they did not score until 4 minutes, 26 seconds to go in the first half. This time a Levi Hill 1-yard score. Giesling's point after made it 28-7. Then roughly 3 minutes later, Hugo Henry converts a 27-yard field goal for the Highlanders, made our score 28-7, but we left just enough time on the clock. Gatlinburg Pittman just needed 1 minute and 6 seconds to get the ball down the field. And then Levi Hill shredded through the middle of the Highlander offense to score the 16-yard run. The Giesling point after kick again made it 35-10. That's the way we are at halftime. It is GP 35, our Scott Highlanders 10. We'll step aside. Let's take this break. When we come back after, we'll say 2 minutes when we come back, then Woody will look at our first half scoring. We'll do that and more when we return to Gatlinburg Pittman after this break.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott High Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razax. Razax offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razax has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razax on U.S. Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razax, country cooking and great steaks.
A responsible local bank must branch out into the community it serves. At First National Bank, we realize a community bank must be a strong partner with the community. That's why First National Bank doesn't have branches, but roots that are deeply embedded in the fundamentals and foundations set forth in the past, with a vision for fostering the potential for the future. Since 1904, First National Bank has had only one focus: you. First National Bank. Your family, your future, your bank. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Highlander football tonight on the IH Sports Network. You can follow IH Sports Network at ihsports.net, and there you can find a link to our Friday night football broadcast for the Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. On alternating weeks, you can also follow us, our audio broadcasts on WBNT. We can either be on Facebook or YouTube Live each and every week. We want to thank our producer, Ben Garrett, for getting here, setting everything up this evening. And the guys behind the cameras, you don't get to see them. You rarely ever get to see me, but occasionally you do at the end of the game. But Sam Cron and Cameron Parker, they handle what I call the hard stuff. I just sit here and talk. Basically, like that. H.L. Keaton does our analysis. Woody does analysis and stats, and I just am the play-by-play guy. I mean, that's all I really do right here. So, Woody, let's swing it to your side of the table. Let's look at those first-half stats, please.
All right, for GP rushing, Orr has 2 carries for 10 yards. Hill has 9 carries for 64 yards and 2 touchdowns. Teagle has 5 carries for 51 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Jacobs has 1 for 1. They rushed the ball 17 times, 126 yards, 4 rushing touchdown. Hammonds is 7-11, 76 yards, total offense of 202. And they've got 201 yards of kickoff returns.
I was going to say that offensive yardage is not, it doesn't blow you out of the thing, but that 200 yards of kickoff return yardage does.
That is a killer. All right, rushing for the Highlanders, Will Young has 16 carries for 69 yards. Luke Bolden has 2 carries for -15. Kenan Van Hook has 5 carries for 6 yards and a touchdown. We rushed the ball 23 times, 60 yards. Luke is 1 out of 9, 15 yards, 2 interceptions, total offense of 75 yards.
Well, the interceptions hurt.
Yeah.
We know that right there. And in a couple of those instances there, it was sort of giving GP great field position.
Right.
But the Highlander defense, we fought them well. I thought we held our own in terms of rushing yards, giving that up to backs and stuff.
Right.
If they hadn't, and on that last possession, if they had not thrown that 30-something yard pass down here to the 19 or 20-yard line, that third receiver just went up, tall receiver went up and high-pointed the ball and made that catch right there, we may have been able to hold them out on that last touchdown drive.
Could have, but, tall as them guys are and the way they leap, there's no way. Defender was there. We just didn't have no way to big enough to jump up there and try to, help him any.
Yep, that is exactly right. A lot of times back there we would have Brady Strunk back as one of those defender positions, probably playing that cornerback or linebacker position. So without him, but, our team held up. Proud of the way that they played and responded. I had a guy, when I stepped over here in front of the concession stand a while ago, I had one of our guys say, if it hadn't been for those kickoffs, it would be a different type of game at halftime. And I agree with that.
And, and we've got other kids that step up in Phoenix and Brady's spot, and that's helped a big bunch, for them also.
Mm-hmm.
But, that over 200 yards, for a game, but, we give that up in quarter and a half.
We gave that up to the Fulton quarterback last week in halftime, hadn't we?
Yeah.
So, much better for that. Coach Terry's out on the field. HL will catch up with him just a second, and we'll go down on the field to talk with him prior to the start of the third quarter. Again, our score at GP 35, Highlanders 10. Let's sort of signal down there and see if H is ready, see if he's going to interview Coach Stevens or if he's going to interview Coach Terry. Well, he's not listening to us, so we still don't know the answer to that question.
Coach Terry's right down here in front of us.
Yep.
Trying to help.
We were just checking to see if you were going to interview Coach Stevens or Coach Terry.
It looks like right now it'll be Coach Stevens.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, I'm down on the sideline here talking to Coach Stevens tonight. Coach Terry's busy up over there. Coach, we're trailing them by about 3 touchdowns here right now. One of the things I want to check with you about is everybody's healthy and ready to go, and are there going to be any changes we're going to see defensively?
Well, yeah, defensively we're just going to put more pressure on them. We're going to try to set our edge a little better. Our kids know what they're doing. We just got to do a better job executing, stopping it. Offensively, I think Coach is doing a great job of just how we're running the football, and I think we'll impose our will a little more in the second half. Hopefully make plays. They put the ball on the ground a few times and they've not called it. Maybe we'll come up with a few turnovers and then flip the script here in the second half, win the half.
Coach, thank you for talking with us. Good luck to our Highlanders. See you after the ball game.
Thanks a lot to Coach Stevens. And once again, we cannot say it enough how much we appreciate the Highlander coaching staff, from the Highlander coaches, head coach Terry, right on down through the assistants, and what they do to help us prepare for our broadcasts each and every week. So we appreciate them.
What Coach Stevens said, is true, because one over here was
setting the edge.
We should have got it.
Yep.
There was fumbling, and we had another one down. So there was 2 that he didn't get it. So
and I certainly admire Coach Stevens coming all the way up to the Smokies, showing us what a tough dude he is. Short sleeve shirt, shorts. Even the rest of our coaches have at least long pants and some winter weather gear on. So
it's cold. It's colder now, and I've seen them like that, but that's not for me.
Yep. Nope. The teams have just about completed their warm-ups. It looks like the Highlanders will still stay with Luke Bowling at quarterback. Knock on wood. And we've got a wood bench that I'm knocking on right here. I don't know what we would do. I'm assuming probably if something happened to Luke, we'd go sort of wildcat. You cannot allow your mind to even think about that at this stage.
That's true.
But Luke recovered from a shoulder injury last week. I mean, to him, he thought it was very serious. It was just turned out to be a bruise, and he was able to work back into it this week.
Good deal.
And when we come to Gatlinburg Pittman, they always play the bagpipes. I've suggested to our friend over here, Sam Cron, that he suggests to our band director, Ryan Hoffman, that he learn how to play the bagpipes so that we could do that. So we could play the bagpipes at home. That would, I think after 51 years later, we're still trying to figure out how we became the Highlanders, but that we are. And I think between us and Gatlinburg Pittman, Cloudland are Highlanders. So I think there are 3 Highlander mascots for teams, schools in East Tennessee. So the Highlanders should receive the third quarter kickoff, which is a good thing for us. If we can sustain a drive here and score on this possession, that would really be important for us.
It is big. Just come out and try to win this in the second half.
Well, I say I did watch practice 3 or 4 times this week, Woody. The cream, the ones that wanted to play football at Scott High, they have hung with it all year. It's been tough on some of these young men.
No doubt about it.
We've dealt with injuries throughout the course of the season, some minor, some major, and they have stuck with it. And trust me, they are better. They are far better than they were prior to the Week 1 game at Cofield.
Exactly.
And I'd like to go back and play 3 or 4 of these teams once again. I sure would.
Sure. These kids, stepped in for, like I said, for Brady and Phoenix. I mean, they've stepped up and filled their position.
And that doesn't count the fact we got Will Young back 3 weeks ago from a really serious knee injury, too. So, all things work themselves out. And it is Carlton Giesling to kick off to the Highlanders as Rylan Griffith will stand at about his own 3-yard line, awaiting the opening kick of the third quarter. This kick up and into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. So the Highlanders will start 1st and 10 at our 20-yard line. As expected, Luke Bowling leads the team onto the field. Luke at quarterback, he's got receivers Ryan Griffith, number 9. Number 10 is Alton Whaley. In the backfield with him to start the third quarter will be 41. That is Will Young. The Highlanders will go with the heavy package. That'll be Jace Clowett. He's an up back left.
Look for a lot of runs. Pretty much what it was working.
Waiting on the snap. The handoff. It's Young. Drives off the right side. He'll pick up some yardage as the pile moved out. I thought maybe 3 yards. We'll have to wait on the spot.
3 yards is what they move the stick down there.
2nd down 7, Highlanders. Up front for the Highlanders, you've got Colton Newport. He'll be mostly a tight end. They can split him out if they need to. At center for the Highlanders will be number 55. That's Zane Henry. I'll try to set the other lineman after this play. Again, the up back left, the running back to the right side. Bowling stays in the shotgun. Hand off to Young. Bounces back after he's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Fights for yardage, trying to get to the sideline and maybe back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down Highlanders.
Yeehaw.
The guards on the field for the Highlanders right now will be Jacob Priest, number 78, and number 65, Cole Tucker. The right tackle will be Clayton Carroll. The left tackle will be our buddy out there, Zane Henry, I think. I may have said that wrong. A handoff to Young, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
It'll be for no gain, maybe even a loss of 1 or 2 yards, but it'll bring up a 4th down punt for the Highlanders. We let the band work their way through in front of us right here. So the punt for the Highlanders, it's Mateo Gibson. The Highlanders have 3 gunners out on the left side of their formation. You would call them wideouts if we were in an offensive formation. They're the gunners.
High snap, kick
Mateo
it,
pulls
blocked.
it down. It's blocked. It's going to hit the ground, and it'll be picked up, returned right in the end zone by number 50 that time, Cuba Pack. So the block punt led to a GP touchdown.
At 9:51 to go in the third period of this ball game, high snap. Mateo got the ball a little bit slow in the motion. One hand come up, batted the ball back off to the right side of Mateo and takes it in for a touchdown. They line up for the extra point now.
Giesling to attempt what will be his 6th extra point of the game. This kick up, and like all the others, drives them straight down the middle. So with that, the Gatlinburg Pittman Highlanders take a 42-10 lead over our visiting Scott Highlanders. We'll step aside. We'll take this break and be back with the GP kickoff.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
The Highlanders had the opening possession of the third quarter. We could not do anything with it lost some yardage right there on a third down play. Had to punt the ball. It was blocked by Gatlinburg Pittman. I think the same person blocked it as picked it up and recovered it for the touchdown score. Cuba Pack, number 50. Now this will be Giesling to kick it off to Rylan Griffith. Rylan standing at the 5-yard line this time. Pack kicked it over to the left to Cotton the last time. This kick down the middle, it'll sail to the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And for the second straight possession here in the third quarter, the Highlanders take over at their own 20-yard line. First and 10, Highlanders from the 20-yard line. 9 minutes, 51 seconds to go in the third quarter. GP 42, Highlanders 10. Since we were last here 2 years ago, new lights on the Gatlinburg Pittman field. These are the LED top lights, and when make that green rug stand out.
When you're down on the field, it's really nice and bright.
The handoff trying to find running room on the right side, and a couple of Highlanders pulling him along. Originally it was going to be for no gain, but Will Young, it looks like he's back out to the 25-yard line. He kept digging, and I know one of the linemen pulling him along, so it's second down 5 now for the Highlanders.
Cole Tucker has really been working down there, and I don't know if y'all are able to see him that much, but I saw him pancake a couple
Number
of guys.
Number 65 on the offensive line, left guard. Highlanders to the sideline, checking on the play. Now they head to the line of scrimmage. Play clock down to 6 seconds. Luke is going to have to get him set up and get the snap off. It's play clock down to 0. No official's going to call it, and now Coach Terry says let's take a timeout. So the Highlanders take a timeout. We'll join the team during this break. GP 42, our Scott Highlanders 10, back after this break.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Just a reminder, the Highlanders will conclude our regular season 1 week from tonight. That will be at Anderson County High School in a non-region matchup. Anderson County, game time scheduled for 7:30 next Friday night against Anderson County. You can go out there. They've got the turf field, and they've got the new lights, and they've also got a new Jumbotron.
And they have theirs synced up for the music that'll happen various times during the game.
Second and 5 for the Highlanders. The up back to the right side. The handoff, that'll be Young, tries to bounce outside. Now reverses and up. Should have just kept right on coming. The loss back to the 20-yard line. It brings up now third down Highlanders, 3rd and 10 from the original line of scrimmage, the 20. I've learned now that I can turn to the Jumbotron here. It's sort of like watching the replay.
You can get a little replay off of that right there.
Yeah. Just enough of a delay to do that.
And they do a great job on the scoreboard here, too.
Alton Whaley to the right, Rylan Griffith to the left. The Highlanders keep the tight end on the right side, and GP, they'll bite on that fake hand clap, jump offside, so it takes us back to the 25-yard line.
GP on that before the snap there.
Third down 5. Better third down opportunity for the Highlanders. We'll see if that changes. It doesn't look like Coach Terry is going to change the play as he leaves the formation the same. He may change the play a little bit, but he keeps the formation the same. Tight end on the right side, up back right side, running back right side. They fake it to Young. Luke wants to throw the ball. Straight up the sideline. Fighting for it, Griffith, and could not come down with a catch.
Well defended, well defended.
Defender right on his back shoulder. and actually a yard behind him down there. So the defender reaching back knocked it away from Ryland. But I thought Ryland was going to high point that ball, and he almost came down with it. It's 4th down and 5 Highlanders, and it brings on Mateo Gibson once again to punt the ball for the Highlanders. We've got to do a better job of getting the snap back. We talked about who our snappers normally were, and they're not available for the Highlanders tonight. Mateo gets this snap, punts it away. Might have been partially blocked. It's going to be fielded at the 39-yard line. Running room over on the left side.
Team
headed to the 5 and then into the end zone. That'll be the punt return touchdown. Carlos Orr, and I believe it covered 39 yards.
Special team play has not been our Highlander forte during the year. Tonight it has really been bad. Or we could be optimistic and say that the GP Highlanders have played tremendous on special teams. Don't laugh at me, Sam.
This brings on Carton Giesling once again, going for his 7th point after kick tonight. High snap, but handled well, pulled down.
Good.
Giesling with the kick. It's now Gatlinburg Pittman 49 and our Scott Highlanders 10. We'll step aside for this break, and we'll be back with the ensuing GP kickoff. 7 minutes, 34 seconds left in the third quarter. GP 49, Highlanders 10.
Now we'll see the fast.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest jobs done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver.
As we come back to GP, H, say that what you just said right there.
I said GP has 2 touchdowns. They have not played one play on offense yet.
In the third quarter.
And it's 7:34 to go in the third quarter.
They have a blocked punt for a touchdown and then a 39-yard punt return. And I believe that last punt by Mateo was partially blocked. So they were able to fill it by one of the upbacks at Highlander 39 and easy run to the end zone. Giesling to kick it off to our Scott Highlanders. This one is high.
Returnable.
Fill it at the 5-yard line by Griffith. Griffith heads to the middle of the field, now veers out to the right side. Tries to get to the sideline and cut off at about the 20-yard line where the Highlanders will have it 1st and 10. This also the third offensive possession by the Highlanders, and we've started each of those on our own 20-yard line.
Let's see, 3, 4, 7 plays if you don't count the punts. Yeah, 7 plays.
Don't forget, coming up after the game, we have our Highlander postgame wrap-up. Right now, with that score differential at 39 points, it is a continuous running clock until the Highlanders can cut it down below that 35-point margin. The Highlanders have Luke Bolin at quarterback. He's gone all the way there tonight. The handoff, Will Young tries to bounce outside. Has some running room to the sideline, out to about the 24-yard line.
Gets him a good 5 out of that, I think.
Now spotted at the 24, so 2nd down, 6 Highlanders. The Highlanders have 2 receivers. This time they'll both stay left. That'll be Whaley, the outside receiver, in the slot, Griffith. Somewhere out there, I'm trying to lean and see. The Highlanders have a tight end on the right side. We've got an up back left, running back left. Rolling the pocket left. Here comes Bolin. Has to throw the ball and had to get rid of it.
He didn't have time to set, no.
He tried to lead Griffith, I will say that, and that was probably one step away from being a potential catch in the 1st down Highlanders. 3rd down now. 3rd down and 6 Highlanders.
Defensive end on the right defensive side made one little move, and he had a straight line back to Luke Bolin.
Highlanders to the line. Ball's on the far hash. Again, Young, the running back.
Comes a blitz.
Handoff Young. Tries to get outside.
Come on, Will.
Across the 25. Needs some running room across the 30. That's a first down. That is a First National Bank first down by the Young junior. I want to say Young junior in that he missed the first, 6 games of the season, recovering from actual knee surgery back in May. He'd be glad for us to tell us. ACL surgery in May and ready to go in late August. Actually, it was the first week in October when he was ready to go.
Well, he was doing a lot of rehab work, running on that thing in August.
This time, the Highlanders send their 2 receivers to the right, also tight end on the right. We keep our backs on that side. Van Hook now in the backfield. Rolling right, that's Bowling. The out
Good
pass.
Go.
Whaley pulls it down at about the 41-yard line.
Should be a first down.
That'll be a gain of 10, and they say a first down. First National Bank first down for the Highlanders. Be a good thing for me to mention coming up after the game, our First National Bank player of the game. This time, Whaley and Griffith will be the receivers on the left side of the field. Ball on the far hash, so they split wide at the hash and numbers on this side. Van Hook stays on the field at the running back position. Bowling rolls to the left. Throws the ball. Cutting across
good
the field.
catch, Ryland.
Great
Good
jumping
catch, yeah.
GP territory at the GP 46-yard line. First National Bank and the Highlanders have a first down.
We've known Ryland is able to catch that ball in about any position. Just haven't had the opportunity to complete that many passes his way.
Clock running in the third quarter. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left in the quarter. Highlanders trying to get a score to stop the continuous running clock. To the line, the Highlanders will keep both receivers to the left. That is our side, the short side of the field. High snap, the handoff, Van Hook fighting for yardage and pulled down as he crosses the 45 to the GP 44-yard line.
Maybe 2.
It was 2. Second 8 Highlanders and a GP player down on the field. I'm pretty sure that is number 50, Cuba Pack. He's the young man who had the Highlander, or blocked the Scott Highlander punt and picked up the ball in the end zone for the touchdown
and he's been a big part of their defense all evening, Rick. I don't know if we were charting his tackles, he'd probably be way up there.
This is an injury timeout as opposed to a team timeout. And looks like they'll look at his leg.
They're looking at the knee.
And while they do that, Sam, if you would, let's take at least a 30-second break right here. We'll be back. Our score, GP 49, our Scott Highlanders 10.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one.
And we come back to GP. Cuba Pack injured, up and walking off the field under his own power, unassisted. Good to see that young man. The Highlanders will come to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 8 to go from the Gatlinburg-Pittman 44-yard line. We'll send both receivers to the right side. Griffith is the slot receiver inside of Whaley. The handoff, that's Van Hook. Has running room off the right side. Van Hook, his own player. Still digging, still driving inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Cannon Van Hook picks up a Highlander first down and a First National Bank first down.
I didn't care. How much was that? 14, 15 yards?
15.
15 yards. Good run, good run.
Clock running, 2 minutes, 12 seconds left in the third quarter of play. Coach Terry, Coach Fletcher now signaling the play into the Highlander offense. The two receivers to the left near side of the field. Ball's on the near hash. Tight end on the left side also. Handoff, that'll be Van Hook again, still driving.
No, that's Chris.
That's Will Young.
I was looking at Chris right there. That's
Will Young.
Will Young on
down
that
to
run.
the 36-yard line.
Too. Thank you.
2nd down and 8 to go, Highlanders. Yep, I thought he'd got it all the way down to the 26. They marked it at the 27. That's that optimistic nature I've got.
Yeah.
But the officials never spot it where I call it, so it doesn't make any difference.
See what we...
1 minute, 20 seconds left in the third quarter.
We're loaded to the right.
Bowling, the handoff. That's
Come on,
Young.
Will.
Cuts back into the middle of the field, driving.
Oh,
penalty
face
flag
mask.
is
It's going to be a
thrown
face
in
mask.
at the about 20-yard line, 19-yard line. It's actually moved back to the flag, that is, back to the 25-yard line.
Then that may not be
against the Highlanders.
Yeah.
A spot foul at the 25. And that is our first penalty of the game, H.
Ow. What a bad one then.
Yep. The mark off to the 35-yard line for the Highlanders is still going to be 2nd down, but 2nd down now and 16 yards. And 16 yards to go. 2nd and 16 or 17 yards to go. Highlanders looking to the sideline. Play clock has 20 seconds to go. Game clock. Fighting for yardage inside the 30-yard line.
That's a good run, Cannon.
We'll pick up most of the yards back to the original line of scrimmage, the 30-yard line. The clock is running, and after 3 quarters of play, the GP Highlanders 49, our visiting Scott Highlanders 10. We'll step aside for this break. When we come back, we'll begin the fourth quarter action as we switch ends, and the Highlanders still have possession of the ball.
Football makes people happy. At United Cumberland Bank, totally.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razax. Razax offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it. And daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razax has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razax on US Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razax, country cooking and great steaks.
Welcome back into Highlander football. 4th down and 11 Highlanders at the 30-yard line of Gatlinburg Pittman. We keep our offense on the field. Boland drops, wants to throw the ball, throws it to the outside. It's batted up, caught out of bounds, and on downs, possession will go to the Gatlinburg Pittman Highlanders. So Gatlinburg Pittman taking over from their own 30-yard line. And this actually is the first offensive series for GP in the second half. 1st and 10 for GP. And Hammonds, that's Brady Hammonds, the sophomore, comes back from the sideline to lead his team with a 39-point advantage. Continuous clock running for the fourth quarter. Hammonds, the handoff, trying to work his way outside right, caught by a couple of white shirts after a gain of 2. They actually will give him 3, the far side judge will. 2nd down and 7 for Gatlinburg Pittman. Checking in for the Highlanders is 68, so I don't know who that is unless you've got it on your.
I'd say that would be Stephen. Stephen Abney, I think, Rick. Just by his size.
Hammonds wants to throw the ball as he rolls left. The pass into the middle. It's complete. Caught from behind, breaking free of that first tackle. Now coming over, that'll be Van Hook to help make the tackle.
Yeah.
In Highlander territory, the Highlander 36-yard line. 1st down for GP. We've got Will Russ, Will Young, Clayton Carroll, Gavin Turry, the linebackers for the Highlanders. Hand off on the right side.
Look out.
A nice burst of speed.
Watch the
breaks
block.
outside, directs the block out in front of him, uses the sideline, and the Highlanders do actually push him out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. It'll be another first down for Gatlinburg Pittman before the Highlanders can catch up with that. And I mentioned Ben, Sam, Cameron, H, Woody, myself. Tonight we've got a technical producer. His first name's Greg. I can't mention his last name. That helps us out quite a bit. Excuse me. Got to throw that name in there.
Long distance, Greg, tonight.
Yeah. Hand off to the running back lead. Lead bounces outside, fighting off a Highlander defender, and then finally taken down out of bounds. I believe I said lead. It's actually Hill, 16 on that carry.
Pick up of 3 yards on that one.
GP Hammonds goes to the sideline. You get the play from Coach Wagner. Describe the action there for me. GP to the line of scrimmage.
Wide receiver left and right, one running back. Hand off to the left. Picking up
Still
some
fighting
yardage.
for yardage inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line.
Still got a few yards for the first
carry
down.
Was by Jacob Ferguson, 33. It is short of a first down by maybe 2 yards. Third down, a long one, a short 2 to go for GP. They'll have 2 receivers right and 1 left. The handoff stood up by the Highlander line there. And they'll stop the run on 3rd down. Clayton Carroll there for 1,
Gavin,
and Adrian Stanley.
Yeah, and Gavin was there, and let me see. Yeah, you got it. Adrian, Gavin, and then the linebackers closed up to help her.
It is 4th down for Gatlinburg Pittman. 4th down and 3 to go. 4 and 3 from the Highlander 5-yard line. They've got 1 running back in the backfield. That continues to be Ferguson. The quarterback Rose wants to run a little read option out there.
Come get him.
And Hammonds is caught and stood up short of the 3-yard line, and I believe he'll be short of the first down.
I believe that might have been.
They're going to spot it on the 4-yard line. If that's right, it will be.
Cannon Van Hook.
On downs to the Highlanders.
I believe you're right. They're short by 1.5 yards.
Well, Woody and I talked a little bit.
We got a Highlander down, and that's Will
Young.
Young, yeah.
We talked about it at halftime, H. The Highlander defense only gave up about 200 yards offense, but over 200 yards of kickoff return in the first half. So
ball does turn over by downs.
Yep, and so with that, in the second half here, the Highlanders have given up no offensive touchdowns. Unfortunately for the Highlanders, we had a blocked punt, recovered in the end zone for a GP touchdown, and then a punt return of 39 yards for a touchdown. So, our defense, you had this second half in, Woody, and our defense is going to look pretty good. Our special teams are going to be not so good. That's his right leg, by the way.
Yeah,
his left leg was injured.
He's okay.
Back in the spring, so he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's okay.
Man, he all summer long, as soon as the doctor said, well, jog a little bit, then run a little bit more, then run a little bit more, he just amazed.
I think he may have a thigh bruise.
Surgeon.
May have a thigh bruise on this.
I noticed that they rolled him over there, and they were rubbing the back of his leg. So for the Highlanders, it's 1st and 10. We start at our own 4-yard line.
So when we see this here.
1st and 10 Highlanders. Need to, at least on our first 2 plays, we need to get some positive yardage, get it out of the shadow of the goalpost.
I thought we might see him go under center. We did that some during the course of practice this week.
Van Hook, the running back now, they give it to him. He
Good job,
yardage
good job,
across
Cannon.
the 10 out to about the 11-yard line. I said Van Hook. Yeah, it is Van Hook. At the 11-yard line, so a gain of actually 7 yards on that. It should be 2nd down and 4 now, Highlanders. Van Hook lines up on the right-hand side. We've also got an up back right side. Handoff Van Hook again. Straight ahead, fights for yardage. Spun off of a tackle.
There's
Still
a first
driving
down.
ahead. Out to the 18 or 19-yard line. That's a Highlander and a First National Bank first down.
Some good blocking up in there, too.
And right now in the second half, the Highlanders lead GP 5 first downs to 2.
But
I'm spinning it all tonight.
But GP scores without needing no first downs.
Well, yeah. Ten seconds left on the play clock. Game clock at 4:35 to go. Highlanders with the play from the sideline. We're going to get it in, and Luke needs to really get the ball all snapped here real quick. He does. The handoff Van Hook again. Running room bounces outside right. Caught by the leg and pulled down at the 25-yard line.
Another 5-yard gain. Maybe 6. Yeah, 6.
2nd down 4 Highlanders. We look to the sideline. We get the play from Coach Terry. Play clock at 20 seconds. Game clock under 4 minutes. Van Hook lines up to the left. Luke with the snap, hands it off to Cannon. Cannon off the left side, powers across the 30 to about the 32-yard line, and that will be a First National Bank and a Highlander first down. Remember, after the game, our player of the game presented by First National Bank. The snap to Bowen. It's Van Hook again, left side, running room. Fights for 5, now 10 yards just about. He'll be awful close to another first down as he took a pounding that time, but
I believe he's going to have it.
Strong.
Yeah, he got first, yeah.
Another first down, 3 on this possession, and a First National Bank first down. Now there's Will Young back on the field, guys. We told you. Well, we didn't say. H said he's a tough kid.
Well, like I said, I believe he just got a little bruising. A good hard shot to that leg.
Young to the left-hand side of the handoff, and Young up the left side, blast past the secondary, past the linebackers, still driving for yardage down to the 35-yard line of Gatlinburg Pittman. First National Bank, first down, 4 on this possession for the Highlanders.
Clock is down to 2:30.
This time, Young lines up to the left again. The handoff, and opening on that side, stepped out of a tackle, cuts back against the grain, past the linebackers down to about the 20-yard line. From here, that's a first down for the Highlanders.
12, 13-yard
First National Bank, first down. Our 5th on this possession, and is somebody hurt down there? Yeah, they're asking a GP player to go out of the game, so.
A little blood showing.
1st and 10 Highlanders. The ball at the GP 21-yard line. 2 minutes exactly left in the game. High snap, the handoff to Van Hook. Van Hook,
come on,
running room, cuts back against the grain at the 5 and in for the touchdown score. 21 yards, Cannon Van Hook.
1:51 to go in the ball game, and that should maybe. Yeah,
it will.
I believe that's going to slow the clock down.
No, we're going for 2. Van Hook stays in the game. The handoff to him. Has an opening and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. With that, the Highlanders have made the score now at GP 49 and our Highlanders 18, 49-18. Highlanders trailing GP. We'll step aside for a break and be back with the ensuing Highlander kick after this message.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest jobs done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver.
Coming to the field.
When we come back to Highlander action, Highlanders tack on a Cannon Van Hook 21-yard touchdown. Also, he converts a 2-point run. It's GP 49, Highlanders 18. As Hugo Henry will kick deep. Well, we're assuming he'll kick deep. We'll see if we've changed our kickoff philosophy, because this is the first time we've actually kicked off in the second half. This will be a high, deep kick. Fill it at the 9-yard line. Running room as he tries to cut back out on the right side past that wall of Highlander defenders, past Henry, and it looks like it's going to go all the way for a touchdown. Carlos Orr. 91-yard kickoff return. That is 2 91-yard kickoff scores we have given up in this game. One to open the game, and then this one with 1:36 to go in the game.
They're good. Special teams, we've been snake bit on it all year.
And now we'll send Giesling, not we, but they will send Giesling on to attempt what for him will be his 8th point after kick.
Uh-oh.
The umpire blew the whistle from behind.
One of our guys kind of got across the line of scrimmage there, I think. Well, I don't know. I don't think the ball had been set.
Now Giesling, it's G-H-E-E-S-L-I-N-G, Giesling, for the point after the kick up, and
it's
that
good.
one looks good from here. So the GP Highlanders have taken a 56 to 18 lead over the Highlanders. 56 to 18 is our score, and why not? Let's take a quick commercial break. Sam, please.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
Well, H kidding us around there just a little bit, but Woody informed me during the break that Gatlinburg Pittman, they have done a lot of their damage against the Highlanders on kickoff returns. They have 282 kickoff yards tonight.
Hey, before we get too deep, let's not forget, thank you all you folks that drove all the way over here from Scott County. Pretty good little crowd here tonight.
Good little crowd. And the band, they performed well, and they've been, as a pep band, first and second half, continuously playing here in the stands just to our left. This kickoff by Giesling, sells it high, sells it deep, fielded by Griffith at the 1-yard line. Ryland looks for running room, cuts back into the middle, tries to drive past that last defender, cannot as he's pulled down by Branson James, but the Highlanders will have it 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Clock continues to run as GP has that in excess of 35-point lead once again.
1 minute.
So Highlanders maybe one, maybe two plays here before the game is over with. We'll keep two tight ends to the right side for the Highlanders. In the backfield will be Van Hook. Van Hook, the handoff to the right side. Running room, passing linebackers into the secondary.
Cannon,
at the 50-yard line, tripped up as he falls inside the GP 45. I thought he fell inside the 45. They spotted at the GP 45-yard line. That's a Highlander and First National Bank first down. a chance for the Highlanders already at the line of scrimmage to run another play. The handoff, Fitzscope Van Hook again. Cuts back into the grain, caught by the linebackers this time, and fights his way to the GP 41-yard line. 10 seconds to go. I don't think the Highlanders will even attempt to get off another pass here. So that will be the end of this game as our Highlanders travel to Gatlinburg Pittman. I'm going to tell you, lots of things went right. Our defense did not play bad. Our offense found the end zone some tonight. We had not done that in 9 quarters before tonight. So got to be proud of the way this team made the trip to Gatlinburg Pittman tonight and the effort that they wanted to put up in this game, as they will fall to the Gatlinburg Pittman Highlanders 56-18, the final score, 56-18. And we've got a lot that we'll talk about in our Highlander postgame. We'll recap the scoring. We'll have our stats. We'll talk about that. We've got our First National Bank Player of the Game coming your way. We'll do all that and more when we return to Gatlinburg Pittman. But now these messages, this will be an extended break, these messages from our sponsors of Friday Night High School Football final tonight from GP. The GP Highlanders 56, our Scott Highlanders 18.
Tonight's game is produced by the IH Sports Network. No part of the audio or video from tonight's game may be redistributed or retransmitted without the express written consent of the IH Sports Network and Liberty Press Incorporated. The IH Sports Network's first commitment is to the student athletes of our community, their families, and their coaches. Find us online at ihsports.net.
Football makes people happy. At United Cumberland Bank, totally free checking makes our customers happy. If you are not completely satisfied with your checking account, come see me and find out why more Scott Countyans are choosing United Cumberland Bank. This is Tammy Strunk, new accounts representative, and I would appreciate your business. United Cumberland Bank, member FDIC, $50 minimum deposit to open. Other fees may apply. Ask us for details.
A responsible local bank must branch out into the community it serves. At First National Bank, we realize a community bank must be a strong partner with the community. That's why First National Bank doesn't have branches, but roots that are deeply embedded in the fundamentals and foundations set forth in the past, with a vision for fostering the potential for the future. Since 1904, First National Bank has had only one focus: you. First National Bank. Your family, your future, your bank. Member FDIC. Life is about choices. When it comes to your internet service provider, you've got a choice: Telepage. Telepage is internet service provided by local people you know and trust. Different service plans are available, tailored to provide speeds that fit your everyday needs. Telepage now offers fiber internet in select areas, with plans starting as low as $45.41 per month. Speeds up to 1 gig are available. Call 423-569-8595 for more information. That's Telepage, located at 258 South Main Street in Oneida. Visit telepage.net. Odds are there's a Potter's Ace Hardware right in your neighborhood, with expert advice and the right tools and supplies to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Potter's Ace has a convenient location on Industrial Lane here in Oneida. Visit the helpful folks at Potter's Ace for all your home improvement needs. Potter's Ace, the helpful place.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott High Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest jobs done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
A responsible local bank must branch out into the community it serves. At First National Bank, we realize a community bank must be a strong partner with the community. That's why First National Bank doesn't have branches, but roots that are deeply embedded in the fundamentals and foundations set forth in the past, with a vision for fostering the potential for the future. Since 1904, First National Bank has had only one focus: you. First National Bank. Your family, your future, your bank. Member FDIC.
Get up there and sing with a house band.
Welcome back to our coaches. It's not our coaches. I was going to say sideline preview, but it's our Highlander postgame wrap-up tonight. The Highlanders take the road trip to Gatlinburg Pittman High School, and the Gatlinburg Pittman Highlanders, they defeat our Highlanders 56-18. But there's some numbers when Woody gets around the stats that you really need to listen to. And Gatlinburg Pittman only had one offensive possession in the second half. I want to check that now. They only had one only had one offensive possession, but they had 3 touchdowns, scoring them other ways on kickoff returns and block punt recoveries in the end zone. So we'll talk about all that coming up here in just a second. We want to thank First National Bank, our first down sponsor, but also they present our player of the game. So the First National Bank player of the game tonight was Cannon Van Hook. Cannon had 2 rushing touchdowns for the Highlanders tonight, one of 6 yards in the first quarter, and then with 1:51 to go in the game, he had a 21-yard scoring run and also the 2-point conversion run on that. And Cannon finishes the game with 112 rushing yards. Will Young finishes with 118 rushing yards.
Big brother of mine, let me tell you something about Cannon. He played a mighty fine defensive ball game tonight, too. He come up and picked up a lot of tackles where they had pulled through and shook through some guys in front of him.
So our congrats to Cannon Van Hook, our First National Bank player of the game. And he represented the Highlanders, as did all these young men, represented us very well down on the field tonight. A lot of numbers to add up. Woody is still working on those. I told you those 2 numbers there. The most important thing to listen to would be the kickoff return yardage that Gatlinburg Pittman will have tonight. But let's jump into the scoring summary. First score of the game, a Houston Bird 91-yard kickoff return for touchdown for GP. The Carlton Giesling point after kick gave GP a 7-0 lead. The next score by Tegan Alvera, a 7-yard run. The Giesling point after kick gave the Gatlinburg Pittman Highlanders a 14-0 lead. With 49 seconds to go in the first quarter, Cannon Van Hook, the first of his 2 touchdowns tonight, this on a 6-yard carry, and then Hugo Henry converted the point after kick. It was 14-7. Then immediately after that, the GP Highlanders, they took the opening kickoff. They got field position, or they took the ensuing kickoff, got field position, and scored on a 31-yard Tegan Alvera touchdown run. Giesling converted the point after kick. It was 21-7 at the end of the first quarter of play. In the second quarter, GP, with 4:26 to go in the first half, they score on a 1-yard Levi Hill run. Giesling's point after kick, good, 28-7. With 1:31 to go in the first half, Hugo Henry kicks the 27-yard field goal for the Highlanders. It's 28-10, and then with 37 seconds to go, Levi Hill scores a 16-yard run, and Giesling's point after made it 35-10 halftime. We move into the second half. We come out and start the second half. The Highlanders had the opening possession of the third quarter, could not move the ball. The Highlanders punted the ball away, and Gibson's punt was blocked, recovered in the end zone by Cuba Pack for GP, and the Giesling point after kick then made it 42-10 in favor of Gatlinburg Pittman. With 7.5 minutes to go, Carlos Orr, a 39-yard punt return for touchdown, and the Giesling point after kick widened the lead 49-10 in favor of GP. So the block punt and then the punt right after that by the Highlanders, which was partially blocked, it allowed Orr as an upback to fill the ball and return it 39 yards for that score. With 1:51 to go in the game, Cannon Van Hook. He scores on a 21-yard run. He also scores a 2-point conversion run to pull the Highlanders within 49-18 of Gatlinburg Pittman. Of course, there wasn't enough time in the game for the Highlanders to overcome that, but Carlos Orr, the Highlander kickoff, returns it 91 yards, and with the Giesling point after kick, it gave the Gatlinburg Pittman Highlanders a 56-18 victory over our Highlanders tonight. So overall, the Highlanders, our record falls to, I believe it's 1-6 rather. And for Gatlinburg Pittman, their overall record will now be 6-3. The Highlanders have their final game of the season next week at Anderson County High School. Game time will be 7:30. Let's step aside. I went through a lot of information right there. We're going to give you a lot more when we come back in 2 minutes as Woody will have our end of the game stats. And pay attention to some of the numbers. You won't see some of these very often in high school football. So pay attention to those when we come back. GP 56, our Scott Highlanders 18.
Odds are there's a Potter's Ace Hardware right in your neighborhood, with expert advice and the right tools and supplies to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Potter's Ace has a convenient location on Industrial Lane here in Oneida. Visit the helpful folks at Potter's Ace for all your home improvement needs. Potter's Ace, the helpful place.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott High Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
Football makes people happy. At United Cumberland Bank, totally free checking makes our customers happy. If you are not completely satisfied with your checking account, come see me and find out why more Scott Countyans are choosing United Cumberland Bank. This is Tammy Strunk, new accounts representative, and I would appreciate your business. United Cumberland Bank, member FDIC, $50 minimum deposit to open. Other fees may apply. Ask us for details.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest jobs done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver.
Hello. Welcome back to our Highlander postgame wrap-up. Woody's getting ready to give us some numbers and certain things to look out for in terms of our end-of-the-game stats will be kickoff yardage for Gatlinburg Pittman. First time that I can remember in a little while that the Highlanders have had 2 running backs go over the 100-yard mark in a single game.
I was thinking that it's been a while.
Yeah. So go ahead, Woody, and just fill us up with all this information.
All right, for GP, Orr had 2 carries for 10 yards. Hill had 9 carries for 64 yards. Tiggle had 8 carries for 81 yards. Them two had 2 touchdowns apiece. Jacobs had 3 carries for 5. Hammonds had 1 for 1. They rushed the ball 23 times, 161 yards, 4 touchdowns. Hammonds was 8 out of 12, 107 yards, total of 267 yards. Kickoff returns for the GP Highlanders, 282 yards and 2 touchdowns. All right, for Sky High, for our Highlanders, Will Young had 26 carries, 118 yards. Luke Boland had 2 carries for minus 15 yards. Cannon Van Hook had 16 carries for 112 yards and two touchdowns. An extra point, we rushed the ball 44 times, 215 yards. Luke was 3 out of 15, 2 interceptions, 38 yards, total offense of 253. Van Hook had 1 for 15. Whalen had 1 for 10. Griffith had 1 for 13. And kickoff returns for our Highlanders was 141 yards.
Not bad.
I'm telling you guys, special teams.
Yeah.
Special teams.
Special team. All right, Woody, just continue right on.
And that's all I have.
Oh, I thought you might have. I wasn't paying attention. I was writing down total yards over here as you were going
we
through
had
that.
one good
penalty.
thing, too. We had 1 penalty.
And we had 2 last week,
yeah,
right?
That was great.
Yep, that was good.
I mean, so that was very good. And if you look at the Highlander defense, just the defense against their offense, only gave up 267 yards.
Yep.
I mean, and in the second half, they only had one, they being GP, only had one offensive possession for 2 full quarters there in the second half. Now, they scored on the block punt. They scored on the kickoff. I mean, but, you know, I can say a lot of good things about the Highlanders because I think there are a lot of good things to say.
Yeah.
People just look at the scoreboard and that's all that they'll see,
Yeah.
and they won't understand the kickoff returns, and they won't understand the fact that we had some injured players that forced the coaching staff to realign all the special teams. From the punting, the punt returns, kickoff returns, we had to realign so many pieces of the puzzle now, and our young men done just a really good job of putting it all together. Guys, Coach Terry is not going to make it up here tonight, and not because of that, but he's just preoccupied with somebody else down there, so we'll let him stay down there, and I think that is actually Coach Wagner with Gatlinburg Pittman High School. So I'll let you guys make your final thoughts here before we close out tonight's Highlander postgame.
Great crowd follows the kids over here and support them during the whole game, no matter how bad it got or whatever. They were still cheering for the kids, and that's what it should be. Last game next week at Anderson County, it's a region game now. Been a while since that's happened, but sport it's closer than what people's come over here.
45 minutes away from Scott
and we need to pack it and steel gang. I say every week. You see these kids, tell them they do a great job. Coaching staff too. I mean, we have very few coaches that we have. Everybody else has 9 and 10. And we have 3 or 4. So, and they do a great job. And these kids, they play hard. I mean, you can see the score. Yeah, it's bad, but, I mean, they played every minute they had. They played hard.
They did. They really did.
They certainly did. Matter of fact, there goes our first National Bank player of the game, Cannon
Mr.
Van Hook,
Cannon,
walking right in front of us right there.
Hey.
And our congratulations to him and also the rest of the Highlanders. As we said, the score doesn't mean everything. It just means who wins or loses.
Hey, guys, we had several linemen I thought played really good tonight.
Yeah.
Big Cole Tucker especially. Running backs, they did good. If we just play this game without needing special teams, guys, that's all I can say.
Yep. And Woody and I were talking at halftime. You weren't up here. We were talking about the improvement we've seen, game 1 to now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to go back and have a chance to play some of those teams that we played in the first half of the schedule over again. I think the games would be different.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe W's on our side.
It would be. Like I said, these kids still got a lot of heart.
Oh, yeah.
And, as long as you got a heart, you got a chance.
Yep.
That's exactly right. Woody just mentioned it, but we'll remind you one more time. The Highlanders conclude the 2021 regular season 1 week from tonight. That'll be on October 29th at Anderson County High School. Region game for the Highlanders. Hopefully follow us, support the Highlanders, have a big crowd there, and let's go over there and play the old Anderson County Mavericks to a really good ball game a week from tonight. Final score from Gatlinburg Pittman High School. The GP Highlanders win 56-18 over our Scott Highlanders. For everybody, bringing you the broadcast tonight. Cameron, Sam, Ben, our long-distance buddy, we know who he is without mentioning Greg. We won't mention his last name. We got him in trouble last week. We don't do it again. For HL Woody and myself, Rick Keaton, it's been a pleasure bringing you Highlander football. We'll see you 1 week from tonight. Don't forget the IH Sports Network, where you can go and follow Highlander football. tonight and tomorrow. You can go anytime. This game will be streaming, so you can watch it back starting tomorrow and enjoy Highlander football. And that's it for our coverage, and we'll send you back to our studios and a pleasant evening from Gatlinburg Pittman.